From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the News at 10. Live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Melinda Akilami.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, it's a sad day for residents of Gosa town in Borno State as 8 people are killed as 2 female bombers detonate improvised explosive devices at the wedding ceremony. Presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general elections, Mr. Peter Obi, raises concern over Southeast security, says governors of the region must collaborate with security operatives to curb the menace. Federal government expresses confidence in curbing the spread of the cholera outbreak nationwide through household water chlorinization at risk communities and community sanitization campaign. And President Joe Biden rejects calls to step down, vows to fight on for the nation's top job as his main rival in the presidential election, Mr. Donald Trump. Campaigns have rocked Gosa town in Borno State today, and the latest is at a military base where personnel says a female bomber crossed the road and immediately detonated the IED, killing a soldier in the process. According to the military source, the terrorists reinforced and returned to the 192 Brigade, but the troops successfully repelled the attack. While another female bomber, who pretended to be a guest, detonated an IED at a wedding ceremony, which killed 6 guests and injured 16 others. While trying to bury those that died at the wedding ceremony earlier, a bomber disguised as a mourner set off another explosive at the burial ground, killing 1 person. The spokesperson of 7th Division and Sector 1 Operation Hadinkai says there was an incident in town, but details are still sketchy. However, a curfew has been declared in the town with immediate effect. In Rivers State, the police command has reassured residents that security remains top priority. This is following the official launch of an investigation into the explosion incident that occurred on Tuesday, June the 25th on Abba Road. 1 person has already been identified in connection with the blast opposite Hotel Presidential in Port Harcourt. Details released by the command says a comprehensive investigation will ascertain the circumstances that led to the incident. The command thanked members of the public who have been providing information, pictures and videos to assist the investigation and appealed to anyone who sees a suspicious object to leave the area immediately and notify the police. The Abia State Governor, Dr. Alex Oti, has visited the family of 2 police officers killed by gunmen in Abba North local government area. While commiserating with the Inspector General of Police and families of the deceased, the governor gave an assurance that he would do everything to bring the perpetrators to justice. He also assured them that his administration would take responsibility for the welfare of the 2 injured officers and the family the deceased left behind.
It's very unfortunate, and we thought that with all what we have done, including rounding up some of the people that were involved in the last attack, that this would not happen again. But for it to happen so quickly, we have also met and we have decided to change strategy. We do not want to speculate, but like you rightly asked, it is reasonable to suspect that the enemies of the state, particularly those who don't seem to see any good or want any good for Abia people, may be somehow connected with this. It's a time to reassure the security agencies that the state is behind them, and then also reassure Abia citizens that the state is equal to the task, and we are not going to let this go away without identifying and bringing to book all those who are directly or remotely involved.
To tackle insecurity in the southeast, the 5 governors have to form a common front in collaboration with security operatives at the national and local level. And that's according to the Labour Party candidate in the 2023 presidential election, Mr. Peter Obi. Speaking in an interview at his Onitsha GRA residence in Anambra State, Mr. Obi condemned the continued detention of Mr. Nnamdi Kanu and other agitators in IPOB. He also decried the increased level of hunger and poverty in the land.
The first primary work of government is security of life and property. It is the foundation in which people can actually live in a nation, because nobody can stay in an insecure place. And it is worrisome what is happening in Nigeria, waking up every day with killings, kidnappings, abductions, and everywhere, which has now made Nigeria one of the most insecure places on the surface of the earth. In fact, it's leading to a failed nation. And that requires an urgent attention of everybody. In the southeast in particular, again, that is the same situation. As I thank the government for their effort, there's need to do more by all leaders to ensure that we tackle this menace. In the southeast, I urge the various governments, members, I said, while thanking them, to come together as a family. There's need for the governors of the southeast to work as a family, to be able to tackle that. I'm saying that from the little experience I had when we were there. We politicians are preoccupied by election. That's not what I'm talking about. How do we reduce the price of food? Our people are dying of hunger. How do we make life conducive for the poor Nigerians? How do we make sure that people earn more money in order to live? How do we put people out of poverty? That should be our concern, not forming mega party or this thing. If forming mega party is to be able to provide what I'm saying now, I'm all for it. If it is about state capture so we can start continuing the same consumption, no. But if it's to move it to production, yes.
Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State has threatened to publish the names of judges issuing court orders in favor of suspects. The governor issued the threat while speaking during the flag-off of the payment of outstanding pensions and gratuities to 4,000 retirees. Our correspondent, Sadiq Ilyasu, has this report.
It's yet another day of celebration for retired civil servants in Kano State as Governor Abba Yusuf flags off the payment of their outstanding pensions and gratuities. The effort of the governor is recognized by the Nigerian Union of Pensioners as they crown him as the pensioners-friendly governor in the country.
While the workers and the pensioners in other states are crying, are suffering due to unfavorable labor policies, our members in Kano State are happy and are full of praises due to your administration's labor-friendly policies, programs, and actions, which liberated them from the injustice of the past administrations.
We are witnessing yet another gigantic effort towards the emancipation of our senior citizens. These are people who worked for 35 years or more, or less, but were denied their rights. Rights denied by any administration is on that administration. Fortunate enough, we have a governor who feels he must give them their rights.
4,000 pensioners are the latest beneficiaries of the 5 billion Naira exercise, which is the second phase of the repayment of outstanding pension funds.
We stopped all deductions that were being made on the monthly pension payments, and all illegal deductions from the emoluments of even the civil servants were also promptly stopped. We inherited a liability of unpaid pension gratuity and death benefits of over 43 billion Naira that the immediate past administration deliberately refused to settle.
Away from the exercise, the governor used the opportunity to issue a warning to judges in the state. Speaking in Hausa, he threatened to publish the names of the judges who issued court orders to favor some suspects.
We would publish names of the judges on newspapers so that the world will know we have arrested suspects with hard drugs, and the court has issued an order to release the suspects and their goods.
The state government is promising to do more to clear the backlog of pension arrears in the state. Sadiq Ilyasu, Channels Television News.
Still in Kano State, the sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Mr. Ibrahim Abdullahi, has confirmed the death of about 14 worshippers in Kwara local government area. According to Mr. Abdullahi, the event occurred when a truck lost control along the Zaria-Kano highway and killed the victims who were returning from Jumat prayers, adding that several others sustained injuries. He notes that upon receiving the distress call, the FRSC promptly dispatched personnel alongside other security agencies to the scene for rescue operations and medical assistance. Meanwhile, in a separate incident in Dorai Baba, a building still under construction has collapsed, claiming the lives of the owner, his child, several construction workers, and other people seeking shelter from the early morning downpour. In another sad development, one person has been confirmed dead in an early morning accident on the 3rd Mainland Bridge in Lagos. The special advisor to the governor on transportation, Mr. Shola Giwa, confirmed that the accident took place near the Unilag waterfront, heading towards the Yano-Woroshoki area. He says preliminary investigations revealed that it was caused by excessive speeding during the heavy downpour, despite the government's ongoing campaign to enlighten motorists about speed limits, with drivers constantly flouting the Lagos State Transport Sector Reform Law 2018. To party politics now, the Zamfara State chapter of the All Progressives Congress APC, under the chairmanship of Mr. Tuka Danfulani, have moved to address the challenges that have threatened the peace and unity of the party and resolve all grievances of members in order to reposition the party ahead of future elections. A statement by the party's publicity secretary, Mr. Yusuf Idris, says the APC has initiated a monthly meeting that will bring together all its members with a view to remaining united under one entity in Zamfara State. It adds that the meeting is being conducted across all the 14 local government areas of the state and attended by all critical stakeholders, as well as state party executives from the local governments and their ward executives, youth and women. While urging members to continue to be law-abiding, the party assured them of initiating more welfare packages that will reach members at all levels. In part two, after the break, Adewumi Desalu's Parkinsons Foundation holds 3rd edition of Awareness Walk for the Disease in Lagos. That's in a moment. Do join us again.
The Duchess International Hospital caters to every aspect of a family's health needs. a one-stop shop for maternity and child health services, emergency medicine and critical care, medical and surgical subspecialties, dental and eye care, and a range of other subspecialties and services, all available at a single location right here in the heart of Ikeja. And it really doesn't matter if you're paying out of pocket using your HMO or private insurance. We focus completely on providing that world-class affordable healthcare for all the family at all times.
That give us the most joy. To reach for the things we want and get them. To move our feet and go where our hearts take us. To become who we've always thought we were. To break free from the ordinary and live life to the fullest.
The good life is not a destination, it's a journey. Verve, Africa's premier payment card, is the passport that keeps you moving from good life to good life. Ask your bank for a Verve card today.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, coming to you live on Channels Television Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. A sad day for residents of Goza town in Borno State as 8 people were killed as 2 female suicide bombers detonate improvised explosive devices at a wedding ceremony. Presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 elections, Mr. Peter Obi, raises concerns over Southeast security, says governors of the region must collaborate with security operatives to curb the menace. Federal government expresses confidence in curbing the spread of cholera outbreak nationwide through community sanitation campaigns. And President Joe Biden rejects calls to step down, vows to fight on for the nation's top job as his main rival, Mr. Donald Trump, campaigns in Virginia. Tomorrow will be consolatory meetings as the All Progressives Congress in Plateau State have resolved to work together to reclaim power in the state. The decision was taken after a meeting in Lafia, the Nasarawa state capital. The meeting was attended by the former governor, Mr. Simon Lalong, former governor Joshua Dariye, and former Minister of Women Affairs, Mrs. Pauline Tallinn. Our correspondent, Halima Gayam, has this report.
Leaders of the All Progressives Congress in Plateau State converged on the Nasarawa State Government House in Lafia, the state capital, for a reconciliatory meeting. The meeting is midwifed by the Nasarawa State Government, and the Deputy Governor urges the stakeholders to work towards bringing back the glory of the party on the plateau.
If you want true reconciliation, then don't put anything behind. We must come out clean and tell ourselves, look, this is it. I'm a medical doctor, and I know the best way to treat any ailment is to make a correct diagnosis. Once you've made the diagnosis, you finish treating it. And I hope and I pray that this meeting today will be able to come out and tell ourselves the truth and propose solutions and the ability to go.
The meeting is prompted by the outcome of the 2023 elections that snowballed into a crisis, with former Governor Simon Lalong accepting responsibility of the happenings.
I'm the first governor of the APC. The first governor of the APC. If there was any problem, I take responsibility. If I don't take responsibility, who will take responsibility?
The chairman of the Plateau State APC Reconciliatory Committee highlights the efforts made to reconcile the leaders.
In furtherance of the consultation, the committee commenced its assignment on 25th of April 2024 and engaged various stakeholders, resulting in individuals and group engagement of about 200 leaders and groups engagement of about 200 leaders in Jos and Abuja, spanning 8 weeks of hard work. The positive results and recommendations garnered from these interactions has resulted in today's meeting, meant to chart a common cause and affirm our resolve to work in unity.
The call for peace and unity among members is emphasized.
You didn't come in the name of Gary or in the name of Pauline, in the name of Luton, in the name of APC. Let us resolve our problem here and say that when we live here, we will be better than we live. How long shall we travel blaming each other? This one has done this one has done this one. Go around and talk to our people so that we can come back together as what we were.
Peace is all that we need. And by the grace of God, this coming will give back to peace. But what is the ingredient for peace? The ingredient for peace is fairness and justice. You can't talk of peace in the midst of injustice. So we will look at issues that have caused the disagreement that have taken place within our party, address it, and then team up as a family.
After deliberations, the APC stakeholders agreed to work together in unity to re-strategize towards reclaiming power in Plateau State. Halima Agayam, Channels Television News.
From politics to health issues, the third edition of the Move for Parkinsons and Awareness Walk for the Disease has taken place in Lagos. The exercise, courtesy of the Adewumi Desalu Parkinsons Foundation, featured fun and sporting activities to create a relaxed atmosphere for patients, caregivers, and other family members. The message is for Nigerians to stop stigmatizing sufferers, but offer them the necessary assistance when necessary.
It's another wet day in Lagos, but these people have come out to walk for Parkinson's disease, a neurodegenerative ailment, courtesy the Adewumi Desalu Parkinsons Foundation. Patients, family members, caregivers, and supporters of the foundation all come together annually for this Move for PD to create awareness about this disease and inspire hope for those living with it. The 2-kilometer walk terminates at the Teslim Balogun Stadium in Surulere, Lagos, Nigeria, followed by other activities such as stretching, dancing, and even table tennis. While the impact of the disease is quite daunting, the exercise creates a fun moment for participants.
The walk itself, when you walk, you're improving your health and all of the cardiovascular parts of the body. So it is walking for life, as it were. I sweated a lot, and I saw a lot of people in my own situation sweating profusely, but they're enjoying what we are doing. I think that's the critical thing, the fact that we enjoyed doing it for creation of the awareness.
Drawing from our personal experience as a caregiver, the chair, Board of Trustees of the Foundation, speaks on the issue of stigmatization.
This is a disease that tends to strike people when they're about 60 years old. From about 60 is when you're most vulnerable. But right now we're seeing a lot of people who are below the age of 60. We're having a lot of young onset Parkinson's, which is really under 40. And as I speak, we have 4 young women in our center who are under 40 and are living with Parkinson's. We have under 30 living with Parkinson's. Therefore, nobody should sit back and stigmatize or look at them and say, poor them. Poor them could be you.
The theme for this year's campaign is Can't Stop, Won't Stop, stepping up for Parkinsons.
We chose this theme because when Parkinson's happen, a person may feel like their whole world has come to an end and everything has to stop. And the reason we chose that theme is just to let you know that even with Parkinson's, you don't have to stop your life, you don't have to stop moving, you don't have to stop doing the things that you love and enjoy. You can still live, you can step up, you can even find new things to do, so you can just always move.
It's a great support group they have at the foundation, and the effect is obvious, helping members build a sense of optimism.
When some people saw you, they think that it's a special sin that you are committed or somebody that is cast with one demon from the village, not knowing that it's a sickness that somebody can have at any time. But with the awareness that we are making today, some people are coming to understand that Parkinson is not a death sentence. That is something that you can fight with. And by the grace of God, we are going to win.
But it appears a lot still needs to be done.
So far, apart from very few benefactors, we really don't have a lot of funding. And as I explained to our patron today, we're only open 3 days a week as a center. We work the other 2 days virtually, but that's really because we can't afford the diesel. And it's difficult to get funding for a health condition that is not a pandemic, because people keep saying, no, it's not sickle cell, no, it's not malaria, there are not that many people. Well, there are not that many people yet. But as we all grow older, there will be more people. And it's important that we all pay attention to things that could happen to us.
The Adewumi Desalu Parkinson's Foundation is a not-for-profit organization created to support people living with the disease to achieve a wholesome life. Chris Elems, Channels Television News.
The federal government has expressed commitment to break the chain of the transmission of the latest cholera outbreak in the country through community sanitation campaigns as well as other measures. The Minister of State for Environment, Mr. Adekunle Salako, made the pledge at an event to mark the 2024 National Environmental Sanitation Day in Abuja. Mr. Salako called on subnationals to put measures in place to eradicate environment-related diseases.
June 28th of every year is the National Environmental Sanitation Day in Nigeria, and officials of the Ministry of Environment are in Chika community in the Federal Capital Territory to commemorate the day. Climate change is the focus of this year's edition, and the ministry is bringing the campaign to the people to highlight the importance of a safe environment and good hygiene. Beyond educating the people, the community wants the government to support them in the efforts to maintain a healthy habitation.
This occasion reminds us of our collective responsibility to protect and preserve our planet's precious resources for the present and future generations.
According to the World Health Organization, climate change is impacting health in a myriad of ways, especially due to frequent extreme weather. The organization is calling for aggressive adoption of environmental hygiene practices to urgently curb the latest cholera outbreak in the country.
We need to go green. We stay clean. Climate change is real. It is us as individuals, as communities, as advocates to make Nigeria go green. An aggressive adoption of environmental hygiene practices and wash measures in our communities is needed more urgently so that we control the current cholera outbreak.
The cholera outbreak in the country also forms a part of the rallying call for improved environmental sanitation as the federal government pledges to break the chain of the transmission of the disease.
Let us remember that national environmental sanitation is more than a day. Sanitation and hygiene should be woven into the fabrics of our daily lives. It should be a minute-by-minute affair. I therefore call on all our subnational governments, our partners, the media, the private sector, development partners, and every Nigerian to join us together. Let us champion sanitation and hygiene practices across the country for our children, our families, our communities, and for all of us.
The highlight of the event is the presentation of sanitation tools as well as water purifiers to the community by the Minister of State, with a charge to ensure proper waste management.
The senator representing Bayelsa West Senatorial District, Seriaki Dixon, has called for more collaboration and better partnership between private oil pipeline surveillance firm Satina Security Services Nigeria Limited and security operatives in the fight against oil theft. The former governor of Bayelsa State was speaking in Okoroza, the headquarters of Baramati Kingdom in Delta State, during a courtesy visit to the area where he expressed satisfaction with the services rendered by the security services oil protection firm. He noted that vandalism of strategic national assets within the area and illegal oil bunkering has reduced significantly.
This is our area. This is where we live. And for the German, these rivers you see is our life, because all our life derives from here. So polluting our waterways, our rivers, and our creeks is a major existential threat to our people. And so I want to thank my younger brother and his colleagues in Tantita and encourage the security people to collaborate more with them and the NNPC to strengthen that partnership and expand it so that it can do more for our people. But all in all, I'm pleased with the development in this area. As you can see, this is a very difficult terrain to bring about any development. And so, Tompolo, to be here in your home and seeing all this development is a thing of joy to me and to all of us who have come from Bayelsa, which is the Jerusalem of the Ijaw nation. All of these Ijaw people, their main origin is there in Bayelsa. But the aborigines here just are the earliest people in this Niger Delta to stay along the coast. We are masters of the coast. And I want to thank you and thank everybody for the stability and for the development in spite of the very difficult terrain.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Naira's exchange rate depreciates by 40% in the first half of the year at the foreign exchange market, despite reforms by monetary authorities. That's on Business News. Please stay with us.
Big tech wasn't really here. What have they seen in the past 10 years, which is making all of them want to put their HQ here?
If you're a business that sees itself going global, we'll definitely need some sort of like boosts. We need to tap into those existing networks that these big tech companies do provide.
Is there a downside to big investment in Africa? Okay. It's a tricky question.
We want to be like Amazon, we want to be like Google. Like, this is not, we are not looking to sort of be just another player.
For me, big tech is something highly controversial. I see the value of it, but I also see that Africans should stop playing second fiddle to some of these organizations and have the confidence to start building our own technology.
They've seen how we are using the limited resources we have to solve real problems. They've seen indigenous tech startups achieving things that took them years to figure out.
The state governor, Mai Mala Buni, has taken a step to end the 100-year-old water scarcity faced by residents in Bunugari in Juba local government area. In this special report, Channels Television visited the community as the state government embarks on the construction of a water treatment plant that has the capacity to store 50 million liters of water.
This is Bunugari, an ancient city located 64 kilometers from Damaturu, the Yobe state capital. Though close to the capital city, residents are suffering acute water scarcity. One of the sources of water is this well, sunk in 1679. These shallow boreholes, drilled years after, are no longer functioning. Residents Hamidou Baramsira and Bako Bukar speak on their challenges with water scarcity.
We are suffering from water scarcity. As I am sitting here, I am waiting for water to buy between 400 to 500 naira per truck. It is only during the wet season we get relief. Because of the water scarcity, people come here very early to fetch water, sometimes till midnight, because we do not have any borehole here.
After years of suffering, relief comes the way of residents as the Yobe State government begins the construction of a 50 million litre water treatment plant, the first of its kind in the state. The plant is connected to a pond that doesn't dry up. The site engineer gives update on the project, which has completion period of 6 calendar months. He says the plant will be powered by a solar system and generating set.
All year round, the dam is not been drying. We have run a lot of analysis to verify the capacity. After the capacity, we also went back to verify the sustainability. We found out that the dam has more than enough, and it can be expanded to a certain level that can sustain a lot of millions of liters. Currently, the estimate is showing about 245,000 cubic meters, which is about 345 million liters. If you look at it, it's a huge capacity.
During a recent visit to the site, Governor Maimela Buni climbs the dam with officials to ensure the project is being executed to standard.
It's a fantastic job that is done here, and of course, we are sure with 16 million liters of water, and expectedly at the end of it, when everything is done, we are expecting to have about 20 million liters, which is good and will serve the purpose of this project.
He also treks about 1,000 meters to inspect the pond where the water is collected and express satisfaction with the quality of work.
And I'm satisfied with the level of work I just saw, and what matters is to have value for our money, and this 300 cubic meter per day water treatment plant will serve Bunigari and its environs. And of course, what we are trying to do is to link up all the communities here, because we know how difficult it is to get water here at Bunigari, Buniadi, and other villages. So this 300 cubic meters per day will serve the purpose.
The state government is passionate about this project, which it's confident will end over 100 years water shortage faced by the community and its environs.
In Gombe State, the Federal University Kashere branch of the Association of Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, is calling on the federal government to save public institutions by implementing the key agreement reached with the union over time. The branch stressed that ASU is not a strike-happy group, but just wants the federal government to keep its agreement with them. The union adds that it's taking patriotic steps in dealing with the litany of issues such as salaries, allowances, and promotion of its members that have been withheld by the government.
The federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, have often not seen eye to eye over a number of unmet demands, resulting in strikes, sometimes lasting for several months. The body of scholars is demanding for adequate funding of scholarly activities amid concerns over the future of public universities in Nigeria. The Federal University Kashere ASU branch is also lending its voice to demands that the federal government should keep its promises.
What we are saying is this: the university belongs to government. Government, come and do what is needful for you to do. And you cannot have a system that the workers are not happy with. How can you, for God's sake, allow a salary scale of a university lecturer to remain stagnant for over 15 years? This is not obtainable anywhere in the world. We are not against students. What we are after is to have better package, better welfare for the university lecturers, whereby they can be happy and they can give their best. This is all we're saying.
The union has largely toed patriotic parts in the pursuit of its demands.
Many of our members died. We have many professors that we lost across the... In fact, one of the NEC that I attended, the rate of death that were reported from various branches is very alarming. And this is a result of the poor remuneration in the university. A lecturer cannot sustain himself. The salary is nothing to talk about. And you know that in our cardinal responsibility, we have community service, we have research. Some of our researches are consuming our resources.
While the contentious relationship between the federal government and ASU lasts, academic staff narrate their ordeal.
We want the government to do the right thing. Equip our universities, make the learning environment convenient for both students and teachers so that we'll be able to compete with the happenings world over. That is all we ask of the government. Take care of our welfare. If we are happy, if we are well paid, if our enumerations are well taken care of, we'll be happy to do our jobs happily. Right now, some are sick, some cannot even feed. We also have children in the universities. We are not able to meet up with school fees too, because we are also parents. So it's not because ASU is not happy going on strike. ASU is not happy protesting. But we are also parents. We need to feed. We need to pay our children's school fees too. We are also parents. So we feel it just like parents who are not in the academics.
As ASU branches in the country close ranks to pass a referendum on a range of options, the body says the consequences will be dire if the federal government fails to honor the letter and spirit of existing agreements.
Abia State Governor Professor Soludo has asked workers in the local government to make the system better by being the change they want to see. During the opening ceremony of the one-week local government workers retreat in Oka with the team Value Rebirth through Digital Transformation, Solution ICT Agenda, the governor insisted that the governance process must scale down to the last point of influence. The Anambra State Governor, Professor Soludo, arrives at the Professor Dora Akunyili Women Development Center, Oka, and he's warmly received by workers of the State Local Government Service Commission for the opening ceremony of the 2024 Local Government Workers Retreat. The essence of the retreat is to promote efficiency and service delivery in the local government service system, with key emphasis on civility, servanthood, and digital transformation to enhance the performance of local government workers.
You know, everything about any job is leadership. As a vanguard, as a low vanguard, of course, you place upon really orientate yourself. That's what I mean. They move to the field, they go on, what Mr. Governor is doing.
The governor commends the workers for their contribution and urges them to ensure the governance process gets to the grassroots.
Each day, what do you do to make that service better? But the very first fundamental of it is that we need to recover our society. For one, in which we earn something for nothing, to a society in which we give something for something.
He also uses the opportunity to speak on the clamor for better minimum wage and local government autonomy.
It's important that we all understand what this argument is about. For you to comment on any issue, first of all, be fully informed. Number two is that the way that we have run it over by having your own staff. You get a local government, then you get down to what I call like during state creation. Everybody will have to go back on his local government. And then those who are not needed will have to be answerable. Because each local government will then tell you how many staff that they can pay.
A keynote speaker and former Minister for Aviation, Mr. Osita Chidoka, highlights some of the setbacks in the system.
The two most important things about value is not what you say, it is what you do. government.
The week-long retreat is set to foster a digital culture shift amongst the workers in order to impact their productivity for better results. Family, friends and well-wishers turned out in Iowa community, Edo State this morning to pay their last respects to 22-year-old fresh graduate of the University of Benin, Glory Adekolure, who was killed on June the 13th. Although the Edo Police Command had informed the public that a suspect has been arrested in connection to the crime, Glory's loved ones intensified their appeal for justice to be served completely. Our correspondent, Jessica Olobusere, has this report.
It's a patient wait around the University of Benin Teaching Hospital's morgue for Glory's loved ones as a final journey is about to commence. The circumstances around her death still spark the demand for retribution.
Justice should be transparent. Nobody should try to corner anything about her. That since they said they have gotten somebody that said he killed her, that person should not be covered.
Condemn that act, and it's so painful. Me, as the representative of the students' community, I'm not happy. And we are seeking for justice.
In no time, deeper emotions become unmasked. Still, the trip to Iowa community on the outskirts of Benin City runs smoothly. A brief stopover is made at the spot where her lifeless body was reportedly found on June 14. There's hardly a pair of dry eyes as many present assemble for a graveside service. The officiating priest's message is mainly for the living.
If you live 100 years, you're not able to affect lives positively, then there is problem. Not how long, but how well.
I leave you to rest in the name of God the Father. Amen.
Glory's remains are eventually interred amid wailing.
Glory, Mama!
Her older brother has one more appeal.
We are at home when they called us. They say the suspect has been caught, but they did not call the family. They did not address us properly. So that story, we did not take that story. We did not believe. A further investigation need to be taken.
The police had the day before assured members of the public they would ensure justice is served.
But I'm happy to inform the good people of Edo State and the good people of Nigeria that the killer of Glory Adekolure has been apprehended. He was arrested in Asaba. He confessed not only to the killing of Glory Adekolure, but to the killing of 8 other similar ladies.
As evident in the day's request, many hearts hold on to the assurance of justice delivery, expectant it would manifest. Jessica Olubusere, Channels Television News.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the family and friends at this time. To some company news now, Guinness Nigeria PLC has held its annual Customer Awards Night, which took place at the Eco Hotel and Suites in Victoria Island, Lagos, with management expressing stronger optimism for the next financial year. The event provided an opportunity for the company to meet its esteemed business partners in an atmosphere of fun and excitement, as well as a time to reward them for their loyalty.
The hall for this year's Guinness Nigeria PLC's Customers Awards Night is filled to capacity as management, staff and partners turn up for an event in colorful outfits. To set the ball rolling, Managing Director Mr. Adebayo Ali, who describes the outgone year as the best ever, recognizes all present, especially the company's customers.
Without you, there will have been no NSV profits and all the numbers that Emmanuel forces us to look at. Thank you. On this note, enjoy the rest of the evening enjoy the food, and I look forward to dancing with you later on. Thank you so much.
The event is filled with excitement and some colorful performances. Despite a challenging year, Guinness Nigeria PLC says the year 2024 was a success and calls for a celebration in line with its theme, Guinness Transformed, winning differently.
And it's celebrating life every day, everywhere in itself. It doesn't mean that we are celebrating as an organization alone. We don't win alone, we win with our partners, which are our customers, we win with our consumers, and also majorly we win with our communities.
The winner of this award.
Next is the handing over of awards and cash prizes to winners, with Edenio Nigeria Limited emerging as the overall best distributor for the year under review.
I'm using this opportunity to thank Guinness Nigeria PLC for the award, because they did fantastic surprise to us, and I'm very, very happy.
Because I'm focused, and Guinness now partnered with me to grow their brands. As they grow their brands, they give us targets. We achieve the targets, they reward us.
We're going to work with everybody to create new and wonderful products that we know will make an impact. We know Nigerians are hurting, and we'll cater to every single Nigerian along the price ladder as we go into the next financial year.
With the successful hosting of the 2024 Guinness Nigeria PLC's Customer Award Ceremony, management of the company and its partners have once again demonstrated a synergy that has brought gains over the years as they look forward to a more fruitful year in 2025. And in business, Nigeria's currency, the Naira, closed its exchange rate parity for the first half of the year at the forex market with a 40% depreciation to land at 1,503 Naira, 3 kobo against the dollar as at Friday, June the 28th. According to report by currency traders, the figure, which also marks a 1.3% depreciation for the month, comes after the local currency recorded much fluctuations during the month. The exchange rate spiked from 907 Naira to a dollar on December 29, 2023, to over 1,000 Naira to the dollar in early January, before dipping mid-month and then surging again to close at 1,348 Naira to the dollar, indicating severe depreciation. The first half of 2024 has seen significant fluctuations in Nigeria's exchange rate, reflecting the country's economic challenges and the impact of policy measures. Meanwhile, foreign exchange trading at the FMDQ exchange closed positive this week as the total turnover of forex transactions carried out rose to $1 billion as of June the 28th. This amount represents a 76% week-on-week increase from $585 million recorded last week. According to the FMDQ, the week-on-week increase in total turnover was driven by an 84% increase in FX spot turnover, while there was continued lack of activity in both the exchange-traded FX futures and cleared Naira-settled non-deliverable forwards markets. Meanwhile, the Naira depreciated by 0.89% to 1,497 Naira 14 kobo against the dollar at the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange fixing window. Meanwhile, the Center for Promotion of Private Enterprises has commended the recent executive order removing import duties, VAT, and excise duty on pharmaceutical products and intermediate products. In a statement issued today, the CEO of the economic think tank, Dr. Muda Yusuf, says the fiscal policy measures would boost domestic production of pharmaceutical products, reduce the cost of medications, and impact positively on the well-being of citizens. He explained that the use of such fiscal policy measures are very appropriate to boost real sector performance, as it would also revitalize the country's pharmaceutical industries and create more jobs. The CPP chief also recommends that similar fiscal policy incentives should be extended to other real sector investments to boost the economy. And that's it on Business News. Sports now.
Welcome to Sports News. Nasser Salisu scored twice as El Kanemi Warriors defeated Abia Warriors 2-0 in the final of the President Federation Cup. It was El Kanemi Warriors' third title in the history of the competition. Salisu had a penalty saved in the 9th minute before giving the Maiduguri club the lead 2 minutes after the half-hour mark. He doubled the lead 15 minutes from time. El Kanemi will compete in the CAF Confederation Cup next season as part of their reward for winning the competition. And Rivers Angels have emerged champions of the 2024 Women's President Federation Cup after beating Niger Rattles 1-0 in the final. Rivers Angels won their 9th title with victory over Niger Rattles of Abuja in a final played at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos. A goal from Blessing Okpe via penalty spot just minutes before the end of the first half was enough to win the game.
Mobolaji Johnson Arena. Nigeria, Rivers Angels
Well, Switzerland today dumped reigning champions Italy out of the 2024 Euros with a stunning 2-0 victory to reach the quarterfinals for the second time in their history. Murat Yakin's supremely well-drilled side outplayed the flat two-time winners in the last 16 clash in Berlin and will face England or Slovakia in the next round. Ruben Vargas teed up Remo Freuler for Switzerland's 37th minute over before curling home superbly himself right at the start of the second half to deservedly double their lead. Out of the Euros, where Vinicius Junior scored twice as Brazil defeated Paraguay 4-1 in the Copa America, the Real Madrid winger overcame a rough Game 1 performance to put on a brilliant show as Brazil earned their first Copa America 2024 victory. After a disappointing draw against Costa Rica in their first match, Brazil needed to beat Paraguay before their final group fixture against Colombia, and they did just that. Well, that's it on Sports News. Back to you, Melinda.
Many thanks, Terry. On the international scene, U.S. President Joe Biden has hit back at criticism over his age, telling supporters in a tense speech that he will win re-election in November. He was speaking after a debate in which he was adjudged to have performed poorly, fueling concern about his candidacy. The 81-year-old, who was addressing a rally in North Carolina, said he believed it with his heart and soul. However, his rival, Mr. Donald Trump, held a rally in Virginia hours later, where he claimed victory in the debate. And the main news again. It was a sad day for residents of Goza Town in Borno State today, as 8 people were killed as explosive devices at a wedding.
The rains are here, and Trademore Estate in Lugbe is flooded again. Last year, the Executive Secretary of the FCTA, alongside the FCT Emergency Management Agency, declared Trademore Estate a disaster zone, and everyone was up in arms.